Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time for you to align with your highest and your best version. My name is Michelle Juanita Lamont. I'm a manifestation master, author, speaker, coach, and award-winning podcast host, as well as now YouTuber. So you're listening and you are watching Manifesting Miracles with me, Michelle Juanita Lamont, and I am so excited that you're here. I cannot wait for you to do all of the processes and the practices that I talk about and that I share here on Manifesting Miracles so you too can manifest the highest and the best version of yourself. These things work, and I want you to know that hundreds of thousands of people have already tuned in and changed their lives. My name is Michelle Juanita Lamont. If this is your first time tuning in, you are about to receive some of the best information that you've ever heard in your life about how to manifest your miracles every single day, because this podcast isn't here for any other reason except to help you elevate yourself, to help you grow, and to help you evolve your energy, because you are worthy of having the experience of manifesting anything that you want in this reality. You're worth it, and I want to help you get there right now. So let's get into it. So if this is your first time tuning in, I want you to know that people are listening from around the world in over 61 countries. Hundreds of thousands of you have already done these techniques and have already succeeded in changing your lives. I've won awards for my ability to help people hear this message and understand how to do it. So it's time for all of us to tap in to our higher self-love energy. And this episode is about manifesting your self-love, because as you know, you manifest how you are, not the modalities that you try, not the techniques. Everything is energy, okay? So you don't want to put too much importance on one thing or another. The most important thing that you can put emphasis on is how you are. And because how you are is how we manifest, I thought it would be important to dedicate an entire show to talking about this process and to making sure that you understand how important self-love really is. So let's start with the basics. If we were working together and I was your coach, and I am for this episode, right? Each and every day you can listen to a podcast of mine multiple times a day, all day long, and receive this high vibrational information and pass it along to your friends and family. And that's how we grow, and that's how we manifest faster, because when you share and when you alter somebody else's life, your manifestations come fast and easy. And so the very first thing you can do is share this podcast, share this YouTube, all right? Make a reel about it, do a TikTok on it, put it in your LinkedIn, put it in your Facebook. That will automatically raise your vibrational energy. But let's talk about you personally, because no matter what technique or tip that I share or I give you, it won't matter much if you really don't believe in yourself and your ability to manifest great things into your reality. And so one of the things that I wanted to do today was really talk about how you feel about your current situation that you're in, what your life looks like, and how you're currently creating things into your reality. Because whether you like it or not, you've been manifesting your entire life. And those of us who have higher self-esteem are manifesting in a different vibrational plane than those of us who are at a lower vibrational point of attraction, because you're opening and closing different pathways of energy. And so as you're moving through this reality, because here you are on Earth, the teaching planet, and we're all here to learn and expand and grow and evolve our energy, and to learn how to love ourselves, learn how to truly fall in love with being you. Because let me tell you something, when you do that, when you master your own energy, you can manifest anything. So let's start with where we are right now. How do you currently feel? Do you feel great about yourself? On a scale of 1 to 10, if you had to rate how you're feeling today, I would say a 5 would be things are okay, they're not good, they're not bad. A 6 would be a little bit better. A 7 would be great. An 8 would be phenomenal. A 9 would be that you're working with me and your life has turned around. And a 10 would be, well, I don't know. I think 10 would be the ultimate number. I think I'm at a 9, because I always want to improve and I always want to grow. And I always believe in investing in myself and elevating my energy. So I used to obviously not be like that. You all know my story. And if you don't, please go back and listen to episode 2. It's a very powerful one. One of my favorite episodes is favorite 44 and 49, but that's not in the top 10. I think those have only been heard by like 10 or 20,000 people, but I love those podcasts for different reasons. So one of the things that I'm going to start talking about after you start understanding where you are energetically, right? So you can kind of gauge like, all right, if my self-love is at a 5, no wonder my manifestations are moving in that same energy. You can't be low vibrational and then say, I want to manifest something and bring it into my reality. And I've done all the things, Michelle. I did this, I did this, I did that. Well, if those things aren't working, if those old things aren't working, I am here to give you some tips. All right. So after we rate ourselves, the next thing that I would do is start meditating. If you don't have a practice of meditating, it changes the way that your brain functions. They did a study over twins. And over a 30-year period, the twin who meditated, now I want you to listen to this. Pay attention right now. They did a study over 30 years. And the twin who meditated versus the twin who did not meditate in a lifetime made $1 million more than the twin who didn't. This is $1 million practice. Why? Because you open up the flow of energy and the way that your brain is responding to the frontal cortex, and your amygdala comes all the way down, and you start to get into a vibrational pattern where you are not in this fight or flight victim or villain mode, where you're more tempered. And the longer that you meditate and the more that you do it, the easier that your brain starts becoming more attached to love and less attached to hate or to vitriol or to revenge or to any of the low vibrational things that occur when you are not at your highest level of being. Okay. And so in order to really have that self-love and to really understand how important it is to love yourself, you have to start by meditating. And this means just 10 or 15 minutes. You can go to YouTube and put 15-minute morning meditation, and there'll be a whole slew of them. And you just pick whoever resonates with you. This costs no money whatsoever. All right. Now, the next thing that you need to do is keep track of your self-talk. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Listen, I offer a free 15-minute call, and then if you're not in my coaching programs, you can do a 1-hour call or a 2-hour call. And I get these calls every single day. I'm on these calls. And I ask people, when you think about a subject or you think about something that you're going to be doing, what's the first thing that you hear inside of your head? And some of the self-talk is unbelievable. I'm too stupid. I'm not enough. No one's ever going to buy anything from me. No one's ever going to listen to my songs. Nobody's going to buy my art. Nobody's going to move in the direction that I want to do. And nobody believes in me. I don't believe in me. Some of the self-talk that led me to attempt suicide in 2016 was nobody's going to notice that I'm gone. Nobody cares that I'm even here. What does it matter that I'm here? I'm only good for making money. I'm only good for my career. My career is my identity. Everybody already thinks that I'm a loser. My dad didn't even want me. It would just go on and on and on and on and on. And this self-talk, I know you all have it. And what it ends up doing is that it lowers, not only does it lower your vibration, but what do? We manifest what? How we are, okay? And how we are means that how we have that self-talk. Self-talk is critical. It's important. It's vital. And you have to be very careful about that self-talk. I went through a phase when I was being like, I called it the sarcastic me, where I was like, oh, I'm just kidding around, or I'm just being sarcastic. Anybody who's kidding around or being sarcastic, they just can't say the truth. And so they use in this way that is, very, trying to think of the word, self-sabotaging, but for sure, but that's not the word I was looking for. It's like when you're trying to say something, but you don't want to say it. Anyway, so it's a way for you to block out and agree with your worst critic. And believe it or not, it's not the person who hurt you. It's not the person who assaulted you. It's not the person who victimized you. It's not the person who left you. It's not the person who stole from you, it's you. You are your worst critic. And you say some bad, ugly, awful shit to yourself all day long. Look how bad I look. Look how bad I look. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. I don't have enough money. I don't have this. Well, of course they have that because they have this. And why can't I do this? Why wasn't I born to this? Why don't I have that? I have ugly hair. She has better hair than I do. Blah, 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 blah. And this self-talk can just go on and on and on. So if you want to manifest more self-love, keep track of how you're talking to yourself and start writing a new script. Start flipping that script. If you want to say something, say it and only talk about the things that you are proud of. Only talk about the things that are going well. Only talk about the things that are moving in the right direction. Because the universe is going to release everything that doesn't serve you as you are in this process. And so the next thing that I would really encourage for you to really move, accept, and create in your reality, because listen, you're worth it. You did not incarnate into this body, into this meat sack, on this planet, in this timeline, on this year, on that year, in that zodiac sign, in this life path number, to come down here and self-sabotage. You came down here to be free, to have fun, and to release all your limiting ideas. Don't get too hung up on money or fame or any of that shit. It's such a slim possibility anyway, and if it's for you, it's going to happen. So just move forward, and who gives a fuck what anybody thinks? And the reason that I can say that is because now that I have self-love, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I literally just don't. But it took all these steps for me to get there, and I don't want you to have to die to get this. I want you to live free. I want you to be happy. And you came here for a purpose and a path, and I want to help you find it. So the next thing that you have to do is really say to yourself, I am open to change. 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 And when you understand how important it is to be open to change, you are going to start making those changes. Because once you mentally see, what are you doing? You already established where we're at. You starting meditating, that means you're lowering that process of self-criticism, you're lowering that self-sabotage, you're slowing down your energy, and you're releasing things through meditation. Meditation changes your brain. It changes the way your brain functions. It changes the way your brain functions. It changes the way your brain functions. Then you're keeping track of your self-talk, and you're understanding that that self-talk was told to you. If you heard your best friend or your mom or your aunt or your grandmother or your father or your child talking to themselves the way that you talk to yourself, you would have a long conversation about, do not talk to yourself that way. Don't do that. You got to believe in yourself. You're worth it. I love you, etc., etc., etc. And so we can't be worse to ourselves than expect to manifest. We have to love being us. And then the next thing is really being open to change. And I know it's hard because you have a history of all the things that mattered most to you, all the wars that you have to settle, all the I'm going to show them they made the mistake by not hiring me or not putting me on that situation or not giving me the opportunity. And so when you're wasting all your energy like that, how the fuck are you supposed to manifest? Explain it to me. Because manifesting is mastering your energy and transmuting it into a reality where the thing shows the fuck up. So you have to be open to change. You can't go into a new direction with your old ways. It's just not going to work. And by just bringing in modalities and practices and doing all these steps, it's like moving and expecting something to change. It's you just in another fucking state. So in order for you to be open to change, you have to be willing to manifest the highest and the best version of yourself. And when you're willing to manifest the highest and the best version of yourself, miracles start to happen. You start to let go of your history. But I know that this can be hard. And the reason I know this is going to be hard, because it took me a whole lifetime to do this. And now that I believe that I am a manifestation master, author, speaker, coach, and guru, I want to share that with you. And so this January, I have a class called Alignment Exposed, and it's only a 6-week course. It launches you into the stratosphere in 2023. You see, you get 6 weeks of a group with 12 other people who are on this journey, who don't know anybody like themselves, or maybe they're looking to expand their friend group and learn and release these slow vibrational points in which they're manifesting out of, and release their history to expose all the great things that are here on this planet for them, and all of the angels and all of the guides to come and serve you at the highest level. So in order for you to get there, I think you need some help. And I have 12 seats, and one of them's yours. So I want you to go in and do a deposit and then make payments throughout the whole thing. You can start right now and you can make payments all the way through. It's only $11.11 or $17.99, depending on you. It's either $100 or $200 a week. Now, if you do the $17.99 version, what you're doing is you're getting 6 weeks of one-on-one with me and 6 weeks of group. And then after we're done with that, I'm going to help you create a timeline to take all of the lessons that you've learned and all of the practices that you've learned in class into your own reality so you can level up. You hit $500,000 last year in sales and you want to do 1.3 million. I'm your girl. You want to release your history? I'm your girl. You want to be happy? I'm your teacher. You want to be free? I'm that guide. See, I'm the interpreter of energy, and I can help you interpret the energy that you need to create in order to manifest more miracles into your reality. And if you are not having somebody kind of guide you, I think it can be very long and very hard. And then you've invested all this time and all this energy into trying to manifest, and then it's not working. I'm your girl. I want you to tap into your divine light energy, and over 6 weeks, we will accomplish that goal. Every single person who ever takes one of my courses almost immediately signs up for the next one, not only because it's a blast, not only because it's amazing, not only because it's transformational, not only because it's fun, but because I help you evolve your energy in a way that you instantly see. We manifest something on the very first day. As a group, I teach you and you're like, oh my God, how is it this easy, Michelle? Well, it depends on who's teaching you, all right? And who's helping you. So I want to be that person, and I want you to go to michellejlamont.com and sign up right now. Book your free 15-minute session and ask me some questions, and let's find out what's the best thing for you. So the next thing that I want to talk about, and Alignment Exposed is 6 weeks, and it starts the first Sunday in January, and it's every Sunday from 7 to 9. Because what do we do on a Sunday? We're getting ready for the week. And I want you to get ready for your life, for your abundance, for your portals to open up, for your angels to be activated. I want you to forgive your history and create your future. So the next thing about manifesting your self-love is going to be about understanding how to show yourself self-respect. I had a client one time who was working very hard on her self-respect, and we were coaching. We had one-on-one coaching, and she said, "You're going to kill me." And I said, "Why?" She said, "Well, remember that ex-boyfriend that, didn't do this and would only show up at this time, and then took me to his parents and then never called me back, and yada, yada, yada." And I was like, "Yeah." And he lived about I want to say an hour and a half away from her, like that wasn't even convenient. Calls her out of the blue and says, "I want to take you to this wonderful event tonight in my hometown. Can you come down here and go with me?" And she hasn't heard from him in like 10 months. But he is somebody that she very much wanted a relationship with, very much wanted to have something different than what she was experiencing, really was attracted to him, really, really felt connected to him. But he disappointed her over and over again. He did not give her the respect that she deserved. And what did she do? She drove her ass down to that guy's place, spent the night, didn't even go to the event, left her favorite earrings there, and drove back. And you know what I said to her? I said, "Honey, you are not a pussy delivery service. How are you showing yourself true self-respect when you're going to hand deliver the pussy?" All right? So there is no part of your self-love that allows you to lower your vibration that fucking much and expect to manifest things into your reality. When you don't show yourself self-respect and self-love, the universe is going to respond to your vibration about you. It's not responding to what it thinks you are. The universe is God. God loves you. You are a limitless being. He created you in his own image. So when you're manifesting, you got to manifest from the point of view of holding yourself accountable for being more respectful and kinder and more honorable to yourself. Now, I'm not just talking about your body. I'm talking about money as well. So what am I talking about? Taking those jobs that aren't paying you what you want to get paid. How is that respecting your authority, your professionalism, your love? Hell no. One thing is to give it away. Another thing is to take less because you feel like that's all you can get. When you say yes to that, the universe is like, oh, okay, she's in that state. She doesn't really think that she needs to hold out until she gets the real money. Well, that's stupid. Never dishonor your energy. Never dishonor yourself. If you're valued at XYZ a dollar an hour or a project or whatever it is, and you reduce that, you're telling the universe, I don't really believe that I can manifest the type of clients and the type of people. I don't really believe that this price is the price of my value. I don't really believe that I have a limitless future. So I'm going to take whatever comes down the pike because I don't have enough self-love. I used to do this all the time in PR. Anybody would come to me with a $5 bill in their hand. I'd be like, yeah, I can do it. I eventually got so popular and became so good because I'm a very hard worker, and I am very diligent, and my prices just kept going up and up and up because I'm very creative and I was very good at that. In the beginning, I would take projects that were underfunded and overworked, and anybody who asked for a discount, I didn't want to lose that sale, so I would give them the discount, and I would dishonor myself over and over and over again. And the universe was like, all right, Michelle, how about we just flood you with clients? So I had to grow it and make it into an agency and start hiring people and all this other sort of thing. And I was a success, of course, but not because of my self-love. I had to raise my prices because of the demand, because of my success, not because of my self-love. And that was me working 17, 18 hours a day, most days. I never took days off. I very rarely enjoyed any holidays. I was never outside. I was always glued to my computer and my phones. And it was horrible. It was horrible. So never dishonor your energy. And then the next thing that I'm going to say that's really vital for you to improving your self-love is journaling. Now, why would I say that? You see, you have all these emotions and all these thoughts and all these ideas trapped up inside of your head. And in order for you to release that, you have to start writing it out. And it can be as simple as, today I feel like, or I see myself as, or I love me because, or if you just want to get all the gross stuff out, I suck at, and then burn that sheet. Then write the next one. Here are the things that I love about being me. I love my ingenuity. I love my temperament. I love my personality. I love my free will. I love my face. I love my body. I love my history. I love my future. I love my children. I love my pets. But you can just keep on journaling and get all of those things that are in here out. And when we get those out and when we really start to work on those, it's like the universe just starts reacting to us differently. It's almost as if you're instantly transformed into a new timeline, or as some people will call it, quantum leaping. Now, if you want to know more about quantum leaping, I have an entire podcast on it. Go check it out. Now, my podcast is available if you're listening on YouTube and you can't watch YouTube all day and you want to listen to my podcast. My podcast is available everywhere that podcasts are, and it's 100% free. And I make each and every podcast like a tutorial because I know that each and every one of you deserve to have everything in life. And I really want you to manifest your miracles on such a high level that you are just in love with being you. And I love you. Now, the last thing that I would say, and when you're journaling, you're releasing all that trapped energy and you're just letting it go and you're just releasing it out into the universe. One of the hardest things that I had to do, and that is forgiving yourself and forgiving those who hurt you. And forgiveness is self-love, because you don't need to be validated by the other person's hearing your forgiving them. And you don't need to be validated by forgiving yourself and then letting those people know that you forgave yourself. All you have to do is forgive it. And if you want to know an easy way to do that, I would go back and listen to my episode 2x2, 4 letters I always write. This technique has been a life-altering technique for me. I teach it to all my coaching clients, and everybody loves this technique. So it's available, and I don't have time to go into it because it took me a whole half hour to explain it, but it's already there and available for you. So just to recap, first we're going to decide on a scale of 1 to 10 how we're feeling right now so we can measure our progress. Then we're going to start bringing in meditation into our practice each and every single day. You're going to start flipping the script on that self-talk. When you hear yourself saying something terrible and negative to yourself, write it down and come up with a new way of saying it that you can understand and that can be relatable to you. The next is really being committed to being open to change. You have to be open to change. You have to really be open to that. Next is you have to have self-respect. No more lowering yourself, lowering what you're willing to accept from others or from yourself. Journaling and releasing that trapped energy is key, and forgiveness is everything. So I hope that this episode of Manifesting Miracles has really brought you some clarity and has really helped you align yourself with the highest and the best version of yourself. Because in order for us to truly manifest our miracles, we have to be in a state of alignment that allows the universe vibrationally, because we're energy, frequency, and vibration. Energy, frequency, and vibration. Energy is our thought, frequency is where it's getting created, and vibration is when it shows up. And if you don't know this technique, or you don't understand this philosophy, I would start studying Tesla. That's where I learned how the process, the portal would work. But I honestly think that you can just listen to another episode of Manifesting Miracles. You can watch my YouTube. You can share it with 5 people and help raise the vibration of the collective. We're all here on this planet together. Why not help other people the way that I'm helping you? Why not elevate somebody else's life the way that your life is getting elevated? I love when I hear my mother sent me this, my aunt sent me this, my brother sent me this. I even have people say my ex sent me this. And at first I was a little offended, and then I started listening and I realized why they sent it. You can't be the problem and the solution. Somebody else has to be the solution, and I want to be that person for you. So I want you to go to my website, michellejlamont.com, and sign up for my newsletter, and you'll instantly get my ebook. And when you get my ebook, you're going to learn some techniques and practices on how to manifest things into your reality a lot faster. And you'll have early bird access to my next courses and classes. Don't forget, Alignment Exposed starts January 6th, or the first Sunday in January, and 2023, and there's 12 seats left. All you have to do is make a $200 deposit, or you can pay it in full. It's up to you. It's the same price either way. Now, it's time for me to wrap up and let you get on your way, manifesting your miracles. So I'm going to thank you so much for coming day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year to Manifesting Miracles, the podcast which makes manifesting easy. And I want you to know you are loved, you're appreciated, and I want you to have the very best of everything. I deeply, deeply, deeply believe in your ability to manifest anything into your reality. And I love you so much, baby. Now that we're good, close friends, now that we love each other, now that we know each other, please recommend this and pass it along to everybody you can. My name, producers, it's time to wrap up. My name is Michelle Juanita Lamont, and you've been listening to Manifesting Miracles, the podcast which makes manifesting a snap. And it's time for you to manifest your miracle today.